The 9th century was a time of great upheaval in Europe. The continent was a patchwork of warring kingdoms and empires. The mighty Frankish Empire was crumbling, leaving a power vacuum. New powers were rising in the east, eager to expand. Among these were the Magyars, a nomadic people of horsemen. Their mastery of horseback warfare made them formidable. Led by the Árpád dynasty, they carved out a kingdom in Europe, laying the foundation for Hungary. This essay delves into the origins of the Árpád dynasty, their migration and their conquest of the Carpathian Basin. The arrival of the Magyars in the Carpathian Basin in the late 9th century had a profound impact on the political landscape of Central Europe. This migration marked a significant shift in the balance of power, influencing the course of history in the region for centuries to come. Their arrival was not entirely unexpected. The Magyars had been on the move for some time, driven by a combination of internal pressures and external opportunities. They had been invited, in a sense, by a ruler desperate for their unique brand of military support. This invitation was a strategic move, a calculated risk taken by a leader in dire need of allies. This ruler was Emperor Arnulf of Carinthia, a key player in the tangled web of alliances and rivalries that characterized the late Carolingian period. Arnulf's reign was marked by constant strife and the need to secure his position against numerous adversaries. Arnulf was embroiled in a bitter conflict with the Moravian ruler, Duke Svatopluk I. This conflict was not just a personal vendetta, but a struggle for dominance in a region teeming with competing powers. The Moravian state, under Svatopluk's leadership, had grown into a powerful entity, posing a direct challenge to Arnulf's ambitions in the region. Svatopluk's influence extended far and wide, making him a formidable opponent. Desperate to break Svatopluk's hold on power, Arnulf turned to the Magyars for aid. He saw in them a potential game-changer, a force that could tip the scales in his favor. He saw in their equestrian prowess and reputation for ferocity a tool that could be used to his advantage. The Magyars were renowned for their skills in mounted warfare, a crucial asset in the battles that lay ahead. The Magyars at this time were not a settled people with a defined territory. They were a nomadic tribe, constantly on the move, seeking new lands and opportunities. Their origins lay far to the east, in the region between the Volga and Kama rivers. This area was a melting pot of different cultures and influences, shaping the Magyars into a unique and formidable group. This vast expanse of steppe, stretching from the Black Sea to the Ural Mountains, was a crucible of cultures, a meeting point for nomadic tribes and settled populations. It was a land of constant movement and change, where survival depended on adaptability and strength. It was here that the Magyars honed their skills as horsemen and warriors, learning to survive in a harsh and unforgiving environment. Their ability to thrive in such conditions made them a formidable force, capable of taking on any challenge that came their way. The Magyars' sojourn in the Volga-Kama region was not their final destination. Driven by a combination of factors, including pressure from neighboring tribes and a desire for new pastures, they embarked on a southward migration that would eventually lead them to the heart of Europe. This southward movement was a gradual process spanning several generations. It saw the Magyars transition from a people with a mixed economy, combining agriculture with pastoralism, to a predominantly nomadic lifestyle. The steppes of southern Russia and Ukraine, with their seemingly endless expanses of grassland, provided an ideal environment for the Magyars' burgeoning horse-herding traditions. Horses became central to their way of life, providing not only a source of food and milk, but also serving as mounts for their warriors. The Magyars' equestrian skills became legendary, their mastery of mounted archery and lightning-fast raids striking fear into the hearts of their enemies. This nomadic lifestyle had a profound impact on Magyar society. Their social structure became increasingly centered around kinship groups and clans, with strong bonds of loyalty and mutual obligation. Leadership was based on merit and military prowess, with charismatic individuals like Árpád rising to prominence through their skills as warriors and strategists. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating historical content. The southward migration also saw the Magyars come into contact with a variety of other peoples, including Turkic tribes and Slavic groups. These interactions were complex and multifaceted, involving both conflict and cooperation. The Magyars, known for their formidable horseback riding skills and warrior culture, often found themselves in both alliances and skirmishes with these neighboring tribes. The exchange of goods, ideas, and even intermarriage between the Magyars and these groups played a significant role in the cultural and social evolution of the Magyar people and the remnants of the Khazar Empire. These interactions were not always peaceful, but they played a crucial role in shaping Magyar identity and forging a sense of unity among the previously disparate tribes. One key development during this period was the formation of a loose confederation of 7 Magyar tribes, often referred to as the Seven Magyars. This confederation, which also incorporated 3 Khazar tribes, became the basis for the future Hungarian nation. The 10 tribes, collectively known as the 10 Arrows, were united by a common language and shared cultural practices. This unity was not merely symbolic, it was a practical necessity for survival in the often harsh and unpredictable environment of the steppes. The Confederation allowed for coordinated defense strategies, resource sharing, and collective decision-making, which were essential for the prosperity and stability of the tribes, and a growing sense of shared destiny. The symbol of the 10 Arrows would later become an important element in Hungarian heraldry, representing the unity and strength of the early Magyar state. This confederation, while lacking a centralized political structure, proved remarkably resilient. It allowed the Magyars to present a united front against external threats and to coordinate their movements across the vast expanse of the steppes. It was this confederation, under the leadership of Árpáds, that would eventually cross the Carpathian Mountains and establish a permanent presence in the heart of Europe. The journey across the Carpathians was a monumental feat, requiring not only physical endurance but also strategic planning and strong leadership. Once in Europe, the Magyars began to lay the foundations for what would become the Kingdom of Hungary, a nation that would endure for centuries and leave a lasting legacy on the continent.